everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name's Lana if you're new, and today I have an interesting video for you today, which is how to make your makeup stand out on camera. Because sometimes when you're doing a photo shoot and there's really harsh lighting outside and you didn't do that intense of a makeup look, your makeup just kind of disappears. For example, in this picture, my eyebrow is like totally gone. Like, where did it go? But it was there, I swear. Also, it wasn't exactly the best idea to do a photo shoot in the middle of the day when the sun was right above us and it was super bright. So that's one thing to keep in mind when you're doing photo shoots. So this is my tutorial on how to make your makeup stand out on camera. So if you're interested on how I did this, I actually really like this look. I'm proud of this. Then please keep watching and I hope you enjoy. When I'm taking pictures, I always want my skin to be very even looking, smooth, and picture perfect because some cameras can pick up the smallest of blemishes, and the more I can reduce that, the better. I'm starting off with the CC cream, which has SPF, which is important if you're doing an outdoor shoot and it's sunny outside. It's probably better to use something like this instead of a sunscreen underneath a regular foundation because a lot of people say that sunscreen can give you that white cast in a photo. And don't forget to spread that down to your neck and make it look more even. Next, I'm gonna do my brows really intense so that they actually show up. If you've seen my minimal makeup video, you'll see that I usually do something like this and then I kind of brush away most of the product so it looks really natural, but we're not doing that today. The most I'm brushing it afterwards is at the head so I can avoid that Sharpie eyebrow look, but still have that bold brow for the rest of it. Now we're going to conceal, don't feel, and I'm also setting up a base for my eyeshadow. Your eyeshadow looking good is probably one of the most important parts, especially for up-close photos. Cueing eyeshadow appreciation montage. So now we can actually start to do the eyeshadow, which I believe to be the most fun and most challenging part. I never do makeup like this in my everyday life, it's just a bit too intense for me, but I really like to explore and have fun when it comes to doing photo shoot makeup. I'm using this regular cool brown shade and putting it on my lids as a transition shade. I like to pick a color that's not too light. Sometimes you see people use a light orange or a light brown for a transition shade, but for your makeup to show up, you kind of have to go a little heavier than usual or pick a darker shade. In this step, I really want to blend it out and take it as far as I can and close as I can to my eyebrows to give myself that really dramatic eye. As with any eye look, you'll build the rest of the eyeshadow within the area that you define with the transition shade, so getting the shape perfect is essential. I like to have a winged out look with the eyeshadow. Now I'm taking the time to put eyeshadow along my lower lash line to get that nice smoky effect. Now I'm using this warmer, darker brown and kind of going over the area of my eyelid that I covered with the transition shade. If this was a normal eye look, I would focus the darker color on my outer V or in the inner corner of my eye, but since we want drama, we want to go all out with this. And then I'm taking a clean brush and making sure that the edges of the eyeshadow are seamless and just taking the time to get the shape the way I want it. And I did this off camera, but make sure to also use the darker shade and put that on your lower lash line, just so everything looks pretty even and the same color. So I really took my time on this step, and over here I'm winging out the edges of my eyeshadow just to get that shape correct because that's really important. And I'd also like to mention that warm brown colors work really great with my skin tone, so this eyeshadow look will help me look great in the pictures and also complements the warm lighting during golden hour, which is my favorite time to shoot. Now the next step is your pop of color, and recently I've been really into doing a semi-cut crease. Semi because it's not super sharp and it's not all the way across my eyelid. I take a flat brush with this gold color and I just drag that onto the first half of my eyelid. I find this looks pretty nice in pictures, and if this were a normal eye look, I usually wouldn't carry it that high. But since I have that double eyelid, it kind of disappears when I open my eyes, so I want to make sure that it shows up, so that's why it's up that high. Next is the highlight, which I don't put that much emphasis on if it's a regular makeup day, but since it's a photo shoot makeup day, we're definitely going to highlight strategically. Of course, you can't miss the cheekbones. Feel free to be a little more liberal here with your application, but not too liberal so that you look like Tin Man. I find that applying highlight in a moderate fashion is easier with a fan brush. Next, I'm going to take some of this bronzer, which was way too powdery, and I'm going to put that underneath my cheekbones. And I actually prefer to use a fluffy brush instead of a kind of thin contouring brush, just so I can have a more smooth, seamless application, and I actually prefer the look that this method gives me. And I'm just putting some on my jawline and some on my forehead. And then I'm going to move on swiftly into nose contouring, which I never do, but for the photo shoot, I must. And now I'm going to take this highlighting palette and just highlight my collarbones and my just kind of shoulder, chest region, just so I can have that shine in a photo if I am wearing a off-the-shoulder top, maybe. And now I am just putting brow gel on my eyebrows because I realized they were droopy. You really gotta make sure that your eyebrows are staying up the whole time. And then I'm just putting on some mascara as a place for my eyelashes to sit. And for a photo shoot, my number one tip is to always wear fake lashes. Even if you think you don't want to wear fake lashes, wear fake lashes because they will make a world of difference, speaking from experience. Now I'm lining my lips with this lipstick and not using lip liner because I think it's a scam to get more of your money. Red lipstick is also a really great choice for photo shoot looks because guaranteed it will show up, but I opted for more of a mauve today because my eyeshadow is kind of red already, and putting a red lip on with that might be a bit much. But a full-on brown or black smoky eye would be great with red. And top that thing off with gloss and we are done. I find that gloss gives a really nice extra dimension, so if you want to, definitely go for it, but it's totally optional. Alright, thank you so much for watching this makeup tutorial. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you next time in the next video. Bye!